Ooh, last night I woke up to the dock really creaking, and it turns out that this canal is super like this. So it's deep in the middle, but then the side of it is really steep, and we're a full moon right now, and the tide is really low. We're getting negative tides, and so Delos was literally like heeling over and sliding down the side of the canal. So I adjusted some lines, and then today I just went crazy. Like, look at this spider web out here. I created like, I think I've got 11 lines now. So I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to distribute the load of the boat so that it's not all on like 2 points, because like the worst fear is that we would actually pull the dock off and the pylons over, and that would be terrible. Last night we were heeling over at like 12 or 13 degrees. So it was like really crazy. I'm gonna have to watch it tonight and kind of adjust things as the tide changes, but we are way out of the water.
Yeah.
We're just precariously balanced. And I had to build a ramp too, but I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
I think we'll be all right.
The dock we were precariously hanging off the side of belongs to Heather and John, patrons of ours that we met back in 2017. They generously offered for us to tie up behind their house near Lake Boca, Florida, and we've been taking full advantage of the space to catch up on some pretty big boat projects to get Delos ready for the next cruising season. And as the days rolled by, our casual stay in the posh canals of Boca turned into a makeshift boatyard operation, much to our neighbors' delight.
Well, so far, the stay at our house here in Boca at our friend's place has been incredible, and we're getting a lot of projects done. I do feel like we're pushing our luck a little bit. Like, we're basically in a canal behind a bunch of houses. It's super quiet here, and we've sort of been just acting like we're at a boatyard, which has like drawn some kind of funny glances from the neighbors, like me drilling and grinding, us hanging out our laundry and stuff like that. And Florida can be sort of funny about liveaboard boats, especially in these little canals and the anchorages in general. So I hope we can stay here until our stuff is done. I think we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. So wish us luck.
This is the story of Delos, a sailboat adventurizing around the world for the past 10 years. And now, we embark on our greatest adventure of all. Come join us as we take to the high seas and travel the world with the newest member of our crew. If you enjoy Delos videos, please subscribe. It's a great way to support our channel.
Good morning. I am working on another project today. It is a beautiful sunny day outside. It's a little windy, it's a little chilly, but there's the view. Right now I'm in the aft cabin and decided to upgrade our autopilot. I mean, we've put, when's the last time I counted? Probably somewhere between 70 and 80,000 miles, and the previous owner probably did another 30,000. So it's pretty fair to say that this autopilot has been on board for over 100,000 miles, which is a lot of sailing, and we use it all the time. It's still working. I have rebuilt it 2 times over the trip with new gears and stuff, but I figure since it's just me and Kaza and Sierra on board most of the time, like, I don't want to take any chances with it. So I went ahead and bought another replacement unit, a brand new one. So this is the same one that we have in. It's a Raymarine linear Type 2 long shaft drive. The reason I wanted to go with the same one is basically just because it's a direct drop in, so all the mounts and all the fittings and all the wiring should be exactly the same. So it should be a pretty easy project, I think. I always say that and it turns out to be a disaster, but I'm feeling confident it's going to drop right in, and yeah, we're just going to go for it. All right, Kaza, today is the day I'm going to start the autopilot replacement project.
Oh,
and I wanted to see if you knew the major components of our autopilot and what each one did.
probably not.
Tell me what you know about the autopilot and why it's so important.
obviously the autopilot, you don't have to steer the boat. You can set it to the heading or the wind angle that you want, and then it keeps the boat that way. Which is crucial, especially now since I'm basically single momming and you're single handing the boat. Well, it's under our bed in the back.
There's one part back there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's the arm that is like moving the rudder back and forth.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. We'll pull this up real quick.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, hello there. Imagine you're in there. Okay, so yeah, this is the drive. So this has some wires on it that get electrical power. The motor in here spins. It pushes this rod out. So it's kind of hard to do, but as it goes out like that, it pushes the rudder that way. And as it pulls it in, it pulls the rudder that way. This little piece is the rudder indicator. So this is linked with the control rod right here there that actually tells the autopilot computer the position of the rudder. So how far it's turned or not, which is important for feedback. So that's one piece. And then there's wires that run from that guy. They run all the way through the boat, along the side of the boat, up here, all the way through the boat this way, and then they run into here. Thank you, assistant. Okay, so this is where some of the guts live. So this is the autopilot computer, and the autopilot computer takes a bunch of inputs. It takes the input from the rudder position sensor in the back that I showed. It also takes input from a compass and a gyro. And the reason why that's important is the autopilot needs to know whether or not the boat is turning and whether or not it has any acceleration in any one direction.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it wouldn't know which way to steer. And it uses the compass to lock on to a particular magnetic heading or a position to wind. So we're gonna have to put a new one of those in because this is the original computer. It's 20 years old, and although it's working fine, I could fail at any moment. So we got unit in the back. We've got autopilot computer right there. And then over here, hidden back here against this bulkhead, that's where the compass is mounted. This guy runs back to the computer. And then the last piece of the system is outside. And so of course we have the control head with the buttons and stuff that allow us to tell us which direction we want to go, turn it on and off, follow magnetic bearing or wind and all that.
Yeah.
So that's the system I'm going to replace. Okay, first step, disconnect the wiring, and then this is the mount right here. It just has this pin that goes right through there, and then this guy, just got to pull that cotter pin out. Should be pretty easy. Let's see how quick I can get this done. On your mark, get set, go! A little bit of green grease on here. It's really hard to get this pin to line up. It's like a tiny hole, and I don't want to pull the mount off, so I'm trying to line it up, the cotter pin, without actually seeing it, and then push it in. Oh, you son of a... Yes, got it. And then, okay, now this side. Okay, that's it. 28 minutes. And most of that time was getting that damn bottom cotter pin in. Well, this is the old autopilot. It served us well, but it's so old that the screen doesn't even really display anything anymore. So it's definitely time to replace it. So the new one is nice and shiny and flashy. I gotta figure out a way to mount it. Template. I just gotta cover over this part right here
Yeah.
with something. That'll work.
Yeah.
All right, I've got my mount built. This is the sensor that basically tells the autopilot if the boat is rolling or pitching or turning. So I believe it has a compass and a gyro in it, and it needs to be mounted within 5 degrees of the normal position of the boat and with this arrow pointed forward. So I've built this mount, and instead of drilling holes in the boat, I'm just gonna Velcro it. Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Nice. Good job.
They did say that it's supposed to be like 1 foot away from all wires, but there's wires everywhere in the boat.
That's like right amongst them.
Well, but these are, so what's interesting is this is a wire too, you know, for the bus. And these are the NEMA 2000 bus wires, so they're exactly the same voltage. So the worst it can do is not work, and then I'll move it somewhere else.
Okay.
We'll try. It's a good spot. Okay, so time to get this old computer out. All the wires are run through here. I'm gonna try and keep a lot of this the same, and because it is the same brand, most of the wires should just match up. So I'm hoping it'll be a quick, easy in swap. It never is, but doesn't keep me from hoping that it will be. I think I'll actually leave a lot of the stuff in too. Like I'm gonna leave the flux gate in and the old gyro in because, you know, if anything ever happens to the new computer, I'll keep this old computer and then I can always put it back. All right, those wires came off pretty easy. I had to cut some of the power wires, but it's okay. That guy's out of there. Okay, let's go see how it matches up to the new one. Oh, wow, the new one's a lot bigger. I don't know why people always do that, but it seems to be a necessary part of drilling where you gotta go. I like to do it anyway. Beauty. Okay. All right, I've got it screwed in. Wiring is connected. It turned out pretty good, I think. It takes up more space, but. Next step, I've got to hook up the CTOC NG network, which is this cable right here. Supposedly it's a similar protocol to NEMA 2000, and I don't know why they just don't use NEMA 2000. They say it's an extension above, but then there's different connectors and different adapters, and then you have to hook the two networks together. So I wish everybody could just play nicely, but they don't. I've got to connect up the drive unit to the EV1 that I installed up here, which is the new gyro and compass, and then that gets connected to the head unit outside the control unit, and then we go from there. I gotta figure that out. I don't know anything about CTOC NG, so I'm sure we'll sort it out though. Can't be that hard. This is the adapter. It goes into this side, and then this will be the actual CTOC NG backbone, which I will run this backbone cable here up through the ceiling, just from there to here. It's longer than I need, but that's better than it being shorter. And then I've got this adapter here, so I'll plug one end into that, and then I can plug the control head and the gyro compass EV1 unit into here, and then I should be able to connect the NEMA 2000 from the Meritron system in here, and then this will just be a blank that I block off.
Jeez, what's going on in the kitchen here?
Yoga!
Look at all the stuff. Good thing Sierra isn't out and about, huh?
Oh, baby helper. She would help everything all over the place.
Oh, she would get right amongst this stuff.
all the wiring is done, the unit's mounted, and it's time to do the first smoke test. So I'm gonna push the power, turn it on. So it should be that one, and see what happens. Okay, that was sort of anticlimactic. That's the way we like it. Got some lights on there, set to 24 volts. The only way I'd be able to tell if it's actually powered up is if the outside unit itself, oh shit, what is that? Some kind of an alarm. Calibration required. I'll go through this and then that's progress right there. There we go. Okay, Kaza, check this out.
Wow, you can actually see the screen.
It's not so sun damaged from 20 years of use. Okay, so watch. We're kind of locked on course here, auto, and if I go, look at it's turning the wheel, which means everything is working.
That's great.
Okay, stand by. So the only thing I need to do now is we need to run the calibration when we're out.
Yep.
And I need to get the remote control working.
As we got closer and closer to making some big jumps south, our list of projects was slowly getting shorter. But Delos wasn't the only thing we needed to prepare for the trip. We needed to get Sierra ready for the upcoming season, where we'd be spending more and more time on the beach and in the water. That meant it was time for the Nugget to learn how to swim.
So amongst all of this boat work, we have also decided to take advantage of being at the dock and give Sierra some swimming lessons. We've already been to a few. It's a slow and steady progress though. She doesn't really enjoy that much, but I feel like it's really good for us. To get her a little bit more used to the water, and also to teach us a little bit more about how to have her in the water and what is good to do and what is good to not do and stuff like that. So I think we're getting there, and she's getting a little bit more comfortable, but yeah, I'm really proud of her. So we're off to another practice right now. Okay, let's go.
We signed up for baby swimming lessons, but honestly, the lessons were as much for us as they were for Sierra. The ocean is a huge part of our lives, and we wanted to introduce Sierra to the water in a positive way that would leave her feeling excited and confident. So after learning some good techniques and exercises with our instructor, we were ready to test out our new skills at my dad's pool.
Oh, it's warmer than the other one.
Is it?
Yeah. Ooh. What's gonna happen now? Can you do it?
I'm pushing you down.
Hey. Don't drink the pool, Nugget. Look at her go. Oh, keep your head straight. Keep your head straight. You're doing good.
It's so fun to have her in the water.
Do you want to dunk her?
Sure. So you go a little bit further and then a little bit further. And then
And then just a quick dunk. Okay, we ready?
We're ready.
Okay, we ready? 1, 2, 3.
There it is. Good job. Good.
It's important we learn these things. Well, a few weeks ago, I got a message from one of our patrons, and he said, "Hey, Brian, I've got a machine shop, and I can build pretty much anything you want from your boat out of any material." And so I was thinking, like, wow, what would be really cool? And I thought, you know what? It'd be really awesome to weld up a spinnaker mount out of like some 316 that I can mount to the bow roller. And we went back and forth with some plans, some drawings. I took some measurements and I sent it off to him. he worked on it, and then he just sent us this.
Hello, Brian, Karen, and Sierra, who is adorable, by the way. My name is Jeff Miller, and I have a small company here in New Hampshire, specializing in wire EDM and 5-axis machining. First of all, I just want to thank you both for all the videos that you make and have made. My wife and I have been watching you from roughly the beginning, and just thank you for just hours and hours of entertainment. I also want to thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey by creating this part for you guys. I was pretty psyched when you wanted me to make this. Hopefully we'll see you guys in the future. Take care. Bye-bye.
It is super cool piece, and so this part is going to mount right up here onto the bow roller, and it's going to be welded in. It's really well constructed. It's reinforced. Most of the force on this thing from the spinnaker, which is going to attach like right here, is going to be pulling up. So if I affix it with 2 bolts here and then 2 bolts on the back, it's going to get into the really beefy part of this. So this stuff is like super strong. So what I've got to do is a little bit of work to get it to fit. I've got to drill holes, and then tap those with probably some 8mm bolts, I'm thinking. First thing I've got to do is I have to notch out a little bit of this because there's not quite enough clearance in here, and so I need to make a little bit more room, but shouldn't be too much work. I got my cutter out and go for it. Oh yeah, and this is my place where I stand. I managed to get the dinghy up here so I can just do it off the bow. I put the hook down, it's just hanging there. That's how we roll. You wanna come see what Daddy's doing? I'm putting on our spinnaker mount. I love tapping stuff. They're nice.
I got the new mount installed, and it ended up working out great. We'd be doing lots of downwind sailing in the coming months, so between this new mount and our rebuild of our whisker pole, we'd definitely be ready. Delos would be looking pretty flashy with our new spinnaker rig, so we decided it was high time that the rest of our outside got a little tender loving care as well.
Well, I feel like we always put a lot of effort in all the systems of Delos, like working on the engine and the electronics and everything. But very rarely do we actually take the time to spiffy up the outside. And what are you talking about? Look at these stickers. I put these on here in Mexico. 2009, 2010, something like that. So yeah, we're gonna replace these ones like that. Get the new stickers on there, make it look spiffy.
They were the right size, so that's always
Oh,
a
nice.
plus. So now I just have to figure out how to get rid of this. Oh, I hate the sound of stuff scraping on this.
Yeah.
So,
And then I'll clean the mustache, the dreaded Chesapeake Bay mustache, without scraping the fiberglass too much. It should come off.
So Brian actually went to the store and got a really nice tool. It's like a wood kind of scraping tool, and it's working great. I'm just gonna finish this up and see if I can do it before Sierra wakes up again. Now I just have the other side. So I'll do that side and then I can put the new stickers on. Should be really good.
So you can see where I just applied a little bit of this stuff. I tried a lot of different chemicals. I tried oxalic acid and some other store-bought cleaner stuff, and then somebody told me that this rust converter stuff would work. Let me show you what it is real quick. It's just the Permatex rust dissolver. I think the active ingredient is phosphoric acid, so it's pretty nasty. Got some gloves and stuff to wear, and we'll see how we do.
cleaned both sides, and now I'm just putting on the actual stickers. And I think it's gonna look pretty good. Ooh, looking fresh. Okay, I think it looks pretty good.
Can I ask you a really quick question?
Absolute.
How does the side of the boat look?
Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever been that white.
No, it's really, really clean. It's amazing. Such a big difference. It looks like a new boat.
It looks like a white boat now.
Yeah, I know.
Up next on Delos,
We're getting kicked out.
we get reported to the Neighborhood Association and are forced off the dock to complete the rest of our projects at anchor.
Oh man, it's such a mission to do everything, you know? It's a lot. I finally got everything in the dinghy though. Copy that text for Instagram with whatever thumbnail you thought was.
Yes.
What happened if like we slid down the canal and like fell off the dock in the middle of the canal in the middle of the night?
No,
That'd be terrible.
fell off the dock?
Yeah, like if
What does that mean?
Baby little sunglasses.
Ah! Ah!
Oh, it should say poop.
It should say poop. It didn't say poop. Why didn't you say poop?